Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Roar, and this is a new Apple TV Plus series focusing on an anthology of different stories featuring magical realism, familiar domestic issues, and futuristic worlds that all center around different kinds of ideas with women and their treatment in society and sexism and all those different kinds of things. And this series has 8 episodes for this first season, and it seems like Apple intends on making more. One of the biggest things about this series is the star power. Each episode has like a pretty big name person in it. You start with Issa, Nicole Kidman, Betty Gilpin, you have Alison, Brie, Cynthia, Erivo, Fivel, Stewart, Merritt, Wever, and just throw in like Hugh Dancy and Daniel Day Kim and Jake Johnson and Judy Davis and a whole lot of other famous people in supporting roles. This show has great star power and also strong performances. And I think that goes a long way in making a lot of these episodes work as well as they do, is because you have committed performances. Now, some of these episodes work a lot better than others, and others stand out a lot more than others. I feel like there's very few anthologies where everything is just great and without issue. This does have some episodes that feel a little weird and has some episodes that feel really, really, really on the nose. Like, I feel like the trophy one with Betty Gilpin and Merritt Wever's one where she falls in love with a duck who's extremely abusive, who I feel like was voiced by Timothy Oliphant. And if it's not, then I'd be really surprised, but it really did sound like him. But you have all these different episodes, and some of them just work a lot better than others. They stick out a lot better than others. Apparently it's Justin Kirk. It was not Timothy Oliphant, but sound like a jerk. But you have each of these episodes that have good ideas and interesting concepts. The execution is sometimes it swings like a sledgehammer, and it's just like, duh. It's like it's so on the surface that there's no real nuance to it. And I feel like that's the tricky thing about these kinds of stories. And, you know, you have Black Mirror and the new Twilight Zone that have struggled in some areas in terms of being too on the nose and it not having enough clever and deep writing to really compel you, instead just beat you over the head with its messaging. And I feel like this series still hits, and it's still meaningful, and it's still engaging. It's not as clever as it thinks it is with most of these episodes. And honestly, a couple of them I could have done without, like the Western one with Fivel Stewart. I'm like, that was all right. There's some, like, I thought some of the interesting ideas was like the Issa Rae one where she like disappears and people can't see her anymore. Obviously very on the nose. The one that feels the most different was definitely the Nicole Kidman one, which felt a lot more grounded and emotional and dramatic. And it did just feel like a drama instead of, you know, this high concept kind of idea. Like I mentioned, the Betty Gilpin one, I did enjoy the one where you like take your husband back and return him, and then you keep getting different husbands, and she sends back one of them because she reminds him of his mommy, and different kinds of stuff like that. And like she learns to love her husband again and build that connection back up, and realizing what she appreciated so much about their marriage. And, you know, good messages, entertaining enough episodes. Some of them were a little weird, some of them were a little forgettable, but it's a bit of a mixed bag. But in general, I feel like the entertainment, the acting, and the concepts go a long way, even if they're not executed in the most clever or well thought out of ways. But those are my thoughts on Roar. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.